Imagine for a moment a world without sociology, no understanding of social structures, no analysis of societal change, and really no scientific approach to human behavior at all. This was the world before Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte, whose full name was Isidore Auguste Marie-François Xavier Comte, was born on January 19, 1798 in Montpellier, France. He was a man of immense intellectual ambition. He sought nothing less than to revolutionize human understanding of society. Often hailed as the father of sociology, Comte's life was a complex tapestry of intellectual brilliance, personal turmoil, and revolutionary ideas that honestly continue to shape the social sciences today. This is the story of a man who not only coined the term sociology, but also laid the foundation for its development as a rigorous scientific discipline. From a royalist family to a revolutionary thinker, how did Comte's early environment shape his radical ideas? Comte's early life was steeped in the conservative values of his royalist and devoutly Catholic family. His father, Louis Comte, was a tax official, and his mother, Rosalie Boyer, was deeply religious. However, the young Auguste rejected these traditional values, drawn instead to the republican ideals that emerged in the aftermath of the French Revolution. His intellectual precocity was evident early on. He attended the Lycée Joffre in Montpellier, and at the age of 16 gained admission to the prestigious École Polytechnique in Paris in 1814. The École Polytechnique was a hotbed of scientific and republican thought, but it was closed in 1816 by the Bourbon monarchy, disrupting Comte's studies. He continued his education in Paris, supporting himself by teaching mathematics and journalism while immersing himself in philosophy, history, and economics. One of the most significant influences on Comte's intellectual development was his association with Henri de Saint-Simon, a social theorist and early socialist. From 1817 to 1824, Comte worked as Saint-Simon's secretary and collaborator, absorbing ideas about social reform and the scientific organization of society. Although their partnership ended in dispute, Saint-Simon's influence remained a cornerstone of Comte's later work. From gods and spirits to science and reason, can human thought be neatly categorized into stages? Comte's most enduring contribution to intellectual history is his law of three stages, a theory that posits human thought progresses through three distinct phases: the theological, the metaphysical, and the positive. In the theological stage, explanations of the world are rooted in supernatural beliefs. Phenomena are attributed to the actions of gods, spirits, and other divine forces. This stage is further divided into fetishism, where there is belief in spirits inhabiting inanimate objects, polytheism, the belief in multiple gods, and monotheism, the belief in a single god. As societies evolve, the theological stage gives way to the metaphysical stage. Here, abstract philosophical reasoning replaces supernatural explanations. People begin to use logic and reason to understand the world, but their explanations remain speculative and philosophical. The final stage is characterized by reliance on scientific methods and empirical observation. Society adopts a rational, evidence-based approach, emphasizing objectivity and progress. In this stage, scientists and industrial leaders replace priests and philosophers as the primary authorities. Comte believed that this law not only explained the evolution of human thought, but also provided a framework for understanding societal development. Can science solve all of society's problems? Comte believed it could, and he called his philosophy positivism. Comte's philosophy of positivism advocates for the application of scientific methods to the study of social phenomena. Knowledge, according to Comte, should be derived from observable phenomena rather than metaphysical speculation. He proposed a hierarchy of sciences in ascending order of complexity: mathematics, astronomy, physics, chemistry, biology, and sociology, with sociology being the most complex and, as he put it, the queen of sciences. Positivism aims to improve society by applying scientific principles to social organization and governance. Comte envisioned positivism as a means to achieve social order and progress in the wake of the French Revolution. He believed that by understanding the laws governing social behavior, society could be reorganized on a rational, scientific basis. Before sociology, there was only speculation. Comte sought to create a science of society, but was he successful? Comte is credited with coining the term sociology, and establishing it as a distinct scientific discipline. He divided sociology into two branches: social statics, which is the study of social order and stability, and social dynamics, which is the study of social change and progress. Comte emphasized the use of observation, experimentation, and comparison to study social phenomena. He believed that sociology could uncover the laws governing social behavior and guide the reorganization of society. Behind the intellectual giant was a man struggling with personal demons. How did Comte's personal life influence his philosophy? Comte's personal life was marked by significant turmoil. His marriage to Caroline Massin in 1825 was fraught with financial difficulties and emotional incompatibility, eventually ending in divorce. In 1826, Comte suffered a severe mental health crisis, experiencing depression and attempting suicide multiple times. Later in life, Comte developed a profound, though unrequited, affection for Clotilde Devaux, a poet and writer. She became a significant intellectual and emotional influence on him. After her death in 1846, Comte idealized her memory and incorporated her into his concept of the religion of humanity, which emphasized altruism and social unity. Could science replace religion? Comte thought so, and he created his own religion of humanity. In his later years, Comte focused on developing his religion of humanity, a secular, positivist system intended to replace traditional religious structures. This system was outlined in his Système de politique positive, published between 1851 and 1854, a four-volume work that emphasized the importance of altruism and the cohesive function of a new moral order. Comte also proposed a positivist calendar in 1849. This religion was met with skepticism and criticism. Many intellectuals, including John Stuart Mill, admired his early work but distanced themselves from his later, more dogmatic ideas. Critics argued that his religion was overly rigid and utopian. Was Comte a visionary or a crackpot? His legacy is still debated today. Auguste Comte died on September 5, 1857 in Paris from stomach cancer. Despite the controversies surrounding his later works, Comte's contributions to sociology and philosophy remain significant. He is credited with coining the term sociology and establishing it as a distinct scientific discipline. His law of three stages and hierarchical classification of sciences continue to be studied and debated in academic circles. Modern scholars recognize Comte's pivotal role in shaping sociology and the philosophy of science, but often critique his rigid positivism. His deterministic view of societal evolution and the exclusion of subjective and interpretive methods have been challenged by contemporary sociologists and philosophers. Whether you agree with him or not, Auguste Comte changed the way we think about society forever. Auguste Comte's life was a complex blend of intellectual brilliance and personal hardship. His ideas, though controversial, laid the foundation for modern sociology and continue to influence social science research today. He remains a towering figure in the history of social thought, a man who dared to envision a society guided by science and reason.